What's up, y'all? This is Trill, 3Ls, Trillion Dollar Man. Got my bro 16OS with me. Upcoming artist in the Atlanta scene. I'm going to have some of his music to his videos and his SoundCloud in the link below. But getting into this recap. Shotgun Suge and Arsenal versus Goodz and Charlie Clips. I was in the building for this battle, but watching it on the camera is definitely a different feel. But first, tell me how you felt about it, man.
Word. Should I get like my score? Like,
yeah, your score breakdown of the rounds. You go round for round,
all right,
or overall, however you want to do it.
Right. So look, before I say anything, let me make this clear. I am a casual battle rap fan. All right. So I have zero bias coming into this. I know of most of the artists that were performing. That were battling. But like I've seen their stuff before, but I don't follow it enough to the point where I could have understand the context. So I'm truly coming from an unbiased perspective. I think when Arsenal came in the beginning and said this shit about to be a breeze, I think that was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you know what that comes from the HaHa Davis, the Instagram dude, and that's usually he says that right before he encounters something that's not a breeze. And to me, that was like totally indicative of what this was for Arsenal and Suge, man. I gave it all 3 rounds to Clips and Goodz.
I didn't even catch that though. That it was about to be a breeze.
Yeah,
I didn't even know where that was from.
But it's crazy though. It's like I'm saying, it's wild that he said that because to me that's what happened. Like I had to give it to all 3 of them. I felt like I don't know, man. On number 1, I think Goodz and Clips just had way more chemistry together than Arsenal and Suge. And then 2, like I don't know, man. I like when people entertain me, and keep me interested. To me, a lot of the shit that even Arsenal was spitting just seemed kind of like uninspired to me. It was a lot of gun bars. It wasn't really anything. It wasn't until probably the last round that I saw him really get real personal and say something. I was like, oh, okay, this caught my attention. Found myself kind of like forcing myself to pay attention. Whereas with Clips and Goodz, even though that shit was more comedic, it seemed like they were still either spitting facts or the shit they were saying was inspired or dope enough, like as far as bars, that it kept me, man. So those are my initial thoughts. I got more detailed reaction, but that's how I feel. How'd you feel about it?
I felt like obviously I give Clips and Goodz all 3 rounds, but breaking it down, the first round, Suge and Arsenal, they started off, and we all know Suge's signature is the pocket tap. So, he pocket checked Goodz.
Yeah.
And then I think Arsenal pocket checked Goodz, I think. No. Suge pocket checked Goodz, and then he pocket checked them again, I think, and then Arsenal pocket checked Clips.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so basically we seen Arsenal use, what's his name? Shotgun Suge's signature, you feel what I'm saying? So I like that. But for both parties, for Shotgun Suge and Arsenal, all 3 of their rounds was pretty much the same. Clips and Goodz, all 3 of their rounds was pretty much the same. Third round, he thought, the third round for Arsenal and for Arsenal and Shotgun Suge was their strongest round. They have more chemistry, more bars. I felt like all of their rounds, they were disrespectful and they try to have that comedic flavor to it, but it just wasn't enough. It didn't live up to the level that Goodz and Clips had.
Yeah.
But if their rounds could have been like that third round, then it would have been I still think they would have lost, but it would have been an even closer battle. Now, Goodz and Clips, chemistry throughout the whole battle. Like he was saying, I like being entertained throughout the battle. I like switching it up from, you can entertain me from making me laugh, and then throwing in some hot punchlines. You got punch, and then you make me laugh. Right. Now you invoke emotions from the audience. You know what I'm saying? So that's automatically going to win.
Right.
Clips, I think it was the second round, not Clips, but Goodz in the second round, he had the fidget spinner. So that's already like, yo, what is he doing? That's you automatically gonna laugh because it one, it looks stupid, but in the middle of him doing something that looks stupid and foolish, he's spitting some serious bars.
Right.
So it's like you don't know what to think. He's playing with your emotions, multiple emotions, all at the same time. That's messing with your brain. That's keeping your attention. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good rebuttals, and it was just like a comedy show. It was like the rappers that was putting on a comedy show that doing some punchlines in there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was just going back and forth.
Yeah, I think what's the name? With what you just said, all of that, the humor, it wasn't just cracking jokes on Clips. I mean, on Suge and Ars, but they were also doing like self-deprecating humor. It was like what I loved. It's like the 8 Mile effect. Like in that last battle in 8 Mile, where he come out before Papa Doc could say anything bad about him. He just spent the whole round dissing himself. Like they ain't spent the whole round, but literally their opening line was Goods telling Clips, "Yo, hold on, man, your mom's tripping." Yeah. So it's like they clowned on each other. You know what I mean? They made it interesting. They had the part where Goods walked over to Ars and Suge's side and gave Clips the whole third round to like solidly closed the round.
Yeah.
Like, man, it was, bro, it was dope. And I just not to cut you off, my bad, but like one of the things I've seen, like I said, battles from all these guys before, with the exception of Suge. But with Arsenal, I've seen them have way stronger like delivery, man. And way stronger everything, like delivery, the actual quality of the bars. Like, I know he's known for being disrespectful, but in this, I could probably count on like one hand, possibly two, how many of his lines really moved me. And with Suge, it was just like, I don't know, he just like, I don't know his track record well enough, so I don't know if that's how he usually is, but I don't know, it just seemed like there was maybe a lack of confidence, or like he wasn't all the way there. I don't know, something about it, but he just seemed kind of, you get what I'm saying?
That's how he usually is.
Word. Okay.
In his battles, he's usually only good for like one round, and his second round, half of that round is pretty good, but by the end, it's consistently the same thing. It's not it gets repetitive quick. There's no other entertainment factor to it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So if you watch it, you'll start to notice a definite, what you call it. I can't think of the word, but you'll start to notice the same thing with that.
Right, it gets repetitive, like you said.
Yeah, repetitive. But in this one, it was just a bunch of jokes, like we know that was going to happen with Clips and Goods. It was one line in particular that Goods had. Goods, he said, "You say your gun talk, but mine's talk back like black women." Like it was certain.
Oh yeah, the ratchet. He's like, what is it? You let the ratchet, I let mine talk back. Yeah, like black women.
It was certain lines like that definitely is gonna that's definitely gonna resonate. You feel what I'm saying with the crowd? Like it was just on a whole nother level, because you had the best Goods. Well, not the best Goods, but you had a excellent Goods and a phenomenal Clips put together, and they're friends outside of battle rap. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
their chemistry is automatically going to be like that. It's going to mesh together. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just out of the world. And being in the building and seeing it on the camera, definitely had pretty much the same effect. When I watched T-Top and Briz versus Averb and Hitman Holla in the building, I was like, yo, this is a dope battle. I was very entertained. I thought T-Top and Briz won it. But when they released the battle on their channel, I still thought the same thing, that T-Top and Briz won it, but I wasn't excited watching the battle. I wasn't as excited. Like, it was just a different feel. It didn't translate on camera the same way, like this battle.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. I mean, well, just in terms of the excitement, because, I mean, I wasn't in the building, but, like, every line, even when Goods Mike was, like, kind of messing up a little bit, he still had me, like, wanting to listen hard enough to figure, okay, what did he say? Let me rewind it, figure out what he just said, because everything else has been hitting hard. I mean, they came, even though it was comedic, it was still hard. Like, it was, I don't know, man. It's almost like when I mean, I don't know if this analogy will make sense, but like, you know, when you're in school and like if you know, when they say somebody teasing you, they like just ignore them, just act like you ain't,
Right.
or act like it don't bother you.
Right.
It's like Arsenal and Suge, they just kept coming with this aggression, like they was, you know, like I was saying, the gun bars, the saying that you're being disrespectful, but you're not really being disrespectful. You're just being aggressive,
Right.
and it's like Goods and Clips kept the composure the whole time. Like the only time where it looked like some you know energy was getting a little weird was when Clips tapped Suge's pockets and Suge pushed him back, and you could see Clips pushed him back. You know, that's the only time it really looked like it was gonna get.
They ain't saw it on camera, but when he was there, like not only did he tap his pockets, but after Clips tapped Suge's pockets. Mm-hmm. The second time he tapped it again, but it's like he actually reached in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I did see that.
But you couldn't really see it that much on camera. But
yeah.
That's why it was a little tension there. You see,
right.
Clips did a quick swing or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's all good. You know they all friends, but it was just a lot of friction at that moment.
Right.
Arsenal did have a line that he said, "I lay low like Forrest Whitaker."
Oh
like,
yeah,
I forgot exactly how it went. But like I said, the third round was their strongest round, and for Shotgun, Suge, and Arsenal, they're both of their second rounds. I mean, the first and second round could have been like that.
Yeah,
it would have been an even entertaining battle. But and Clips closed it out. He had that Chris Unbiased line. He had that Van Gundy line.
Yeah.
And his last line, I forgot what it was. It wasn't that strong, but his two other lines that was supposed to be the closing line everybody was already hype off of that. So
right, and he even one of the things he said. I mean, the Chris Unbiased line is harder than this. But when the nigga was like, he said, I should take your baby moms, bring her back to the hood, and we all fill her like Suge's rounds.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, it hit the nail on the head. It was like, bro, I don't know, I just wasn't getting moved from the other side, and yeah, man, I gotta give it to Clips and Goods.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Clips and Goods, 3-0, Shotgun, Suge, and Arsenal, man. Go check out the battle on URL TV, Ultimate Rap League. Yeah. Dope battle.
You know what? I will say this because I want to at least give credit where I can. Suge did catch me with one line.
Well,
he was like having meet me at the altar. I hit him with the jagged edge or something like that. I forget the lines leading up to that, but like I don't know. It seemed like he really started to pick. That was in the third round.
Oh yeah, they said something before that too. They was using like not R&B groups, but they were using R&B groups and They said something else that pertained to that. I forgot exactly, but yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, so I'm saying that to say like I agree with you. They picked up.
Arsenal had that swipe up, swipe down like
a
card line too.
Yeah, so that shit was raw.
Arsenal was sure they had moments. Like I always say in my blogs, they had good moments, but good moments don't win battles. You got to have solid, consistent moments in the battle. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Clips and Goods had more solid moments, and they had more quotables that you can come away with the battle.
By far, yeah.
And there was more entertaining. The funniest person that can make you laugh and provide good, solid bars is always going to win, y'all.
Yeah.
But again, 3-0 for Clips and Goods, man. It's true 3-0. It's $1 Trillion Man. What's your plug, man?
Yo, man, 16OS. Y'all can find me on across all platforms, specifically Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, at I am 16OS. I've been on Sway in the Morning. I've been in a couple movies, been in a couple TV shows.
What movies you been in? What shows you been in, man? Let me know.
So I was in Neighbors 2. I was a rapper in Neighbors 2. Sorority Rising, Seth Rogen, Zac Efron. I was in a TV show, The Originals. It's a supernatural show. Comes on the CW. I was in the season finale of that. I was in there for about 20 minutes before they killed me. But, you know, it's all good, man. Still got the look. I had a bit part in the Tupac movie. I ain't seen it yet, but I don't know if it... From what I heard, from what people told me, I don't know if my part made it in there, but credit's still on IMDb. Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, appearances on Sway in the Morning. And, for else 16OS related, man, like I said, follow me at I am 16OS, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube.
True 3 L's, $1 trillion man, y'all. Peace.